Dragon Quest released on the 27th of May 1986 in Japan, August 1989 in North America, follows the story of the hero who descends from Erdrick, a hero of old who saved the world of Alefgard from darkness with the Sphere of Light, which he then gave to King Lorik. It is now the time of King Lorik XVI. The Dragon Lord has invaded Tantegel, stealing the Sphere of Light and kidnapping Princess Gwaelin. You have been summoned to the castle, tasked with the rescue of the princess and the felling of the Dragon Lord, to bring back light to Alefgard. So, let's start Dragon Quest. Oh, right. In the NES version of this game, it was localized as Dragon Warrior. You know, to avoid issues with a pen and paper game, also called Dragon Quest, no space. Anyway, let's start. I decide to name my character Thuban, after which I start the game in the throne room of Tantegel Castle, where King Lorik recounts the tale of Erdrick and the invasion of the Dragon Lord. He offers us the contents of the treasure chests in the room, and suggests I talk to the guards for more information. The chests contain 120 gold, a torch, and a magic key. One of the guards asks if I know of Princess Gwaelin. I say no, to which the guard tells it has been half a year since her kidnapping, asking me to rescue her. Another guard tells of a town in the east where I can buy many items to equip myself with, also being present an inn where I can rest. The last guard says that one of the chests contains a key which I can use to open any door, but the key will disappear when used. I do exactly that and go down the stairs. Immediately, I see two guards, one of them telling that King Lorik will save our game when we talk to him, the other guard saying we should talk to the king whenever we need a rest. A man tells that the town of Breckenary was once a paradise, until the Dragon Lord invaded. A merchant tells that many of their colleagues fell to the Dragon Lord's minions, another merchant saying that towns may have been destroyed. Another man says that to become stronger I must fight many foes. A guard says that to open doors I require keys, another says to take torches when exploring caves. An old man will bless us when we talk to him. This may not seem like it does anything, but in actuality this man restores MP for free. I just don't have any yet. I leave the castle and go to the nearby town of Breckenary. In this town are many NPCs with info. The old man says to be careful with my HP when traversing poisonous swamps. A younger man says that by walking north to the coastline, then following the coast towards the west, I'll reach the town of Garenham. A warrior wishes for our success, even though many warriors have fallen on this quest. A man says to the south is visible the castle of Charlock, lair of the Dragon Lord. A man in a house says that there's a town where magic keys are readily purchasable. A guard suggests talking with King Lorik whenever I level up. An old man has a de-cursing service. And a warrior says that bridge crossings are dangerous. Monsters are stronger on the other side. This town also provides many facilities. The inn in this town costs 6 gold. An item shop sells herbs for healing, torches for lighting dungeons, and the dragon scale, which provides a +2 defense boost. A weapon shop sells the bamboo pole, a club, and a copper sword, which provide +2, +4, and +10 attack respectively. The armor selection consists of clothes and leather armor, which provide +2 and +4 defense respectively, while for shields there's only the small shield, which gives +4 defense. I choose to buy the club for 60 gold. My sprite even updates. Then I go to the overworld. In this world are many monsters. Near Tantegel are slimes, the weakest enemy of the game, but grant minimal rewards, as well as red slimes, slightly stronger variants. I fight these enemies for a while, using the inn whenever I'm in low HP, and when I get 70 gold, I buy the leather armor for a good defense boost. Feeling confident, I move to the north. Here are Drakis, stronger than red slimes, and even worse, ghosts. While they could give better rewards, this overconfidence bites me, as I fall in combat. Fortunately, falling in combat doesn't take away progress. Instead, I lose half of my gold. After some more grinding, I reach level 3, a very important one that gives me my first spell, Heal. With Tantegel's free MP service, I won't have to pay for healing for a long while. After some more grinding, I get the dragon scale for 20 gold, for some more defense. With reliable healing and better defense, I venture north again, finding a cave on the way. I enter and use the torch for relatively better vision. Surprisingly, there are no enemies in this cave. I find stairs leading further down, and after some exploration, I find a chest holding a tablet left behind by Erdrick. Written in it is the presence of 3 items which are needed to reach the Isle of Dragons, where Charlock Castle is. Erdrick used those items to cross the island and defeat the evil that resided in it. He gave those items to 3 protectors, their descendants being tasked with their protection as well. I must seek these protectors to gather these items. I go for another round of grinding. Once I reach level 4, I learn a new spell, Hurt, which deals good damage, good for dealing damage to enemies that have too much defense for my regular attacks. I decide to go for the town of Garenham. On the path near this town are magicians, capable of casting Hurt against me. After I reach safely in Garenham, I talk to the residents. The town was founded and named after the bard Garen. An old man believes that Princess Gwaelin was taken to a cave, with another man believing she was taken to the east. The facilities of this town include an inn, which costs 25 gold per night, an item shop with the same contents as Brecconary, and a weapon shop, which includes the hand axe that gives plus 15 attack, the chainmail that gives plus 10 defense, the half plate which gives 16 defense, and the large shield that gives 10 defense. Quite expensive. With new clues, I decide to go to the east, well, as far east as I can go without falling in combat. Once I get 90 gold, I buy the small shield, which updates my sprite again, and head east again. As I cross the bridges, I find enemies, such as magic drakis, which cast hurt, as well as scorpions, very bulky enemies. I find a poisonous marsh to the south, so I decide to explore to the north, finding a town in the forest. This is Cole. A man warns of the island to the south, only the strong survive there. A warrior tells of a town to the east of Hawksness, which sells many strong weapons. I have no idea where this Hawksness is, but I should commit that one to memory. An old man says that fairies know how to put the golem to sleep, with a guard saying that golem is afraid of the flute's music. A merchant asks if I've been to the southern island. I say no, to which he says there's a town named Rimuldar, with a guard saying that Rimuldar is the town that sells magic keys. An old man is tucked away behind a poisonous swamp. I cross it, taking damage, only to be told I'm not strong enough. The facilities of this town include an inn which costs 20 gold per night, surprisingly less expensive than Garenham, an item shop that sells wings. These wings take me back to Tantegel, useful for a desperate escape should I venture too far, and a weapon shop that sells full plate for 24 defense, but it's really expensive. I now take this opportunity to grind a bit more. Once I reach 180 gold, I buy the copper sword. Once I reach level 6, I feel confident in crossing the southern swamp. I make preparations for the crossing, then I make my move. I enter the swamp cave. New enemies in this cave include druids, which are a bit too strong for me at this point perhaps, but if I can cross the cave fast enough, it should be fine. However, the extra vision of the torch is barely enough for me to see, and in my blind meandering I encounter the green dragon. Its attacks put me on the red instantly, but I luckily run away from it on the second turn. Wow, that almost went bad. I declare this a failure, so I use a wink to go back to Tantegel. Clearly not learning my lesson, I go for a second crossing, sticking to the left to avoid the dragon. This time I successfully make the crossing, and I'm immediately greeted by the local monsters. New monsters in these parts include skeletons, quite a bit stronger than druids, warlocks, the next strong enemy that casts hurt, and wolves, incredibly dangerous at this point, since I lack much defense. I try to make a beeline towards the town of Rimuldar, which has metal scorpions as nearby enemies, with high defense, but surprisingly low HP for an enemy of this area. I get bodied by a wolf though, so I get kicked back to Tantegel, with half my gold gone. Clearly not ready for this, I decide to grind a bit more, and restart my grinding near Cole. After this session, I reach level 7, another very important level, which gives me the sleep spell. Inflicting the sleep status will be extremely useful, allowing me to reach farther away without danger, as putting enemies to sleep will allow me to run away safely. I grind a bit more, buying the chainmail for 300 gold for a bit more defense. I make for another crossing and reach Rimuldar successfully. A woman exclaims she has no tomatoes, whatever that means. A warrior warns that the Dragon Lord's scales are hard as steel. An old man tells that Erdrick created a rainbow on the western part of this island, and that Sherlock Castle might have a secret entrance. A guard in this town says that the Stone of Sunlight is in Tantegel Castle. A man warns me to not go any further south, as there are many strong monsters, with a nearby old man asking me if I've ever found a magic temple, telling me to go south if I say no. A warrior says that a true warrior wears a ring. On the outskirts of town is a man looking for his girlfriend. She is present on the opposite corner of the town. Apparently the two of them have misplaced their meeting spot. This is a hint that you can go around town, which is the only way of accessing the magic key shop. Unfortunately, I have no money, so I can't buy any. The facilities of this town also include an inn, which charges 55 gold per night, and a weapon shop that sells the broadsword for 24 attack, and magic armor, which has the same defense as full plate, but heals 1 HP for each 4 steps taken, and reduces the damage of hurt spells by 1/3. Having no money, and the enemies of this area being too strong for me to grind, I use a wink to go back to Tantegel. Thinking about the approach I want to take next, I decide to go to the west. There's a cave near Tantegel that is separated by mountains. I circle around it and enter it. The enemies of the first floor are manageable, but there are stronger enemies on the second floor, including poltergeists, which can cast hurt, but are a bit weaker than warlocks. Drakimas, annoying casters of heal and hurt, as well as drolls, a tiny bit weaker than skeletons in terms of power level. The sleep spell will be useful in managing exploration in this cave. As I explore the first floor, I find a chest that gives me an herb, while the second floor is a bit more profitable, with chests holding 12 gold, a torch, a fighter's ring, which seems to be bugged and does nothing, but most importantly, the last chest, which holds 101 gold. By the time I leave the cave, I have gained much gold, though not enough for an upgrade. I go back to Tantegel and pause my adventure for the moment. I've made quite the progress in this session. I found 4 towns, gathered much info, and with this gold, I could make preparations for another crossing to Rimuldar, to buy keys to open doors, or go back to the mountain cave for more golden experience, as apparently, due to a bug, chests respawn in this game. The game state is very open, so who knows what will happen next time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, where I hopefully have figured out where to go next.